Okay, guys. Questions for Fernando?
Let's start off with your burrito. I'm going to have one after practice today.
Let's go. Yeah, so we talk about the burrito.
Yeah.
The burrito, it was a great idea. I love going to La Burrita. Spanish is my first language, although I've gotten less and less fluent. I still am very conversational with it. So I speak to all the employees who kind of became my friends, gave tickets to some games sometimes. So I kind of approached them. It was a little bit of a misunderstanding. And essentially we got it figured out, talked to the owners, and like, yeah, let's do a burrito. And for those that don't know, my mom struggles from multiple sclerosis or MS. I love her. She's my best friend, super positive. The reason that, I do everything, she's my why. And I thought it'd be only right if all the proceeds went to the National MS Society. So nice. Very heartfelt, and I think it's good for the team, good publicity for the team, and just, it's good. I don't know, I think it's a good thing.
Spanish was your first language?
Spanish was my first language, yeah.
Up until when did we?
Probably like 6 or 8. So I always speak Spanish at my grandparents' house and stuff like that. But having schooling, English ended up becoming my first language.
Can you sum up today's practice in Spanish in one sentence?
All right, in Spanish. Fue bien, pero no perfecto. Mañana nosotros necesita estar poquito más. Sorry, I'm tripping up a little bit. But basically, I think there needs to be more intensity. I think it was very intense. People were giving their all today, but I know how intense we were last fall camp and last spring. So as a leader, and I know the other leaders in defense, I think we're all looking to level up our game, especially as seam out the inconsistencies and missed assignments that we had. But overall, I think we need to do that and pick up the intensity in competition. Although we had a lot today.
How are you different from last year?
I'm experienced. And one thing that a lot of coaches do say, especially for young quarterbacks, is we like you, but you don't have playing experience. We don't know how you're going to be in the game. So I think that's one thing that coaches have seen, how I'm in the game, how I'm pre-game, how I'm post-game. So they trust me enough to plug me into the game where they know I already have that experience. So I would say that I'm taking all the experience from last year. I thought last year was great. We made the first bowl game since 2019, but unfortunately for me, that was not good enough, especially the end. So I kind of view it as a learning experience, a learning year, and then this year is a real deal for me.
What was your reaction when they heard Chandler was coming on board?
I thought it was great. Chandler is a great guy. Everybody gets best in the midst of competition. It's always someone to push you, and Chandler's a great guy, but at the end of the day, I know what I need to do. I just need to be the best Fernando Mendoza I can.
You look stronger from the off-season workouts, and it seems like you were really letting it rip out there. You just throwing with more confidence, having been there and done that?
I would say so. I would also say that I was playing around 210 last year, and now I'm around 224, 225. So that's a testament to the strength staff, the nutrition staff, and all the support staff that really supported all the players and really leveled up our nutrition.
How does that help you, having a few more pounds?
It helps me. As I wouldn't say it's a few more pounds of muscle. It's not like I'm putting bad weight on there. So it's better, stronger legs, so more power and torque rotation when you're throwing the ball. Better contact when you're getting hit. You have more resistance to those hits. And then I would also say bigger muscles are, especially in the leg muscles, you're also faster. So I've also increased my speed tremendously throughout this offseason.
So what's your 40 time now? Do you have any idea?
So we did a 40 time in the 3 weeks ago. The conditions were a little extraneous, but I ran a 4.8. So 4.8, so that's definitely a level up for me.
And you like to run, so having that extra bulk can obviously help.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I like to pass first, but if I need to run, I'll put my pads down and get 10 yards for my team.
Yeah, what was the condition? Was it wet or what was?
Well, I don't mean to make excuses, but we just it was a little windy, but it wasn't.
Okay.
We weren't. It was more to set a baseline and show how far we've come, but it wasn't like we were prepping the week before.
Yeah.
Like we were always prepping, but it wasn't like we had like the combine guys. I assume they have like 3 rest days before. Like we're trying to get better.
Yeah.
So we put it in the middle of getting better. As we got a lot better. As Coach B, we have a vertical integration weightlifting program. So we weren't stopping the entire working out and getting stronger to put a good time up.
You say you test your progress. What was your progress? What had been your 40 time before?
I can't tell you what's been my 40 time. However, I know that in the games and in practice last year, my top was around 19.2 miles per hour. And then I've hit around, I hit 20.3 this spring. So
Difference, yeah.
So it's definitely a difference. So I've seen that.
You've got a lot of new receivers you're throwing to. What are your impressions so far?
I like them a lot. I mean, we have great receivers all around. The receivers that have been here from last year, the returners, and also the new guys. I think it's a great group of guys. We all really mold really well. Whenever we throw on Saturdays, it's always a great dynamic and vibe. There's no headbutts. Everyone understands that we have competition and we need to get better. And the receivers understand that only 3 guys, especially with 11 personnel and Jack, only 3 guys can really be on the field at once. But especially with how fast-paced our offense is, and the great offense that Coach Bless has installed, I believe that we got a lot of rotation in there as we have a lot of high-skilled guys.
Fair to say there's more speed at the position this year?
I would say it's the first day of spring ball, but I've definitely seen a lot of speed, and I'm very excited for that.
In what ways has your confidence grown since this time last year?
At this time last year, I was to be quite honest, a little frantic and nervous. I didn't know what the future held for me. I didn't know my capabilities. And at that point, I was just trying to prove people that I belonged in the program and as a quarterback that was able to be the starter one day. But now, having playing experience, I believe that evidently I haven't made it yet, but I feel like I've been there and I've been able to operate in games, so I've had the confidence. When I'm able to operate and throw a touchdown and lead us to wins, there's no way I shouldn't be able to do that in practice, although our defense is amazing.
All right. That's good.
Thanks, Fernando.
Thank you guys.
Go get a
Well, I
burrito.
appreciate you guys. Yeah, please do.
I'll give you the review after
Honest
the
thoughts.
burrito.
Honest thoughts. Please
Yeah.
do.